Everyone expected Carlos Alcaraz to be fighting for another big title in Madrid, not watching from the stands. But tennis can change fast. What first looked like a small wrist problem in Barcelona turned into a serious setback. Suddenly, Madrid was off the schedule. Rome was off the schedule. Even the French Open was gone. Fans were shocked because Alcaraz usually lights up every tournament he enters. Yet instead of disappearing during recovery, he showed up at Caja Magica for a different reason. This time, Carlos was not there to win matches. He was there to support family. And that family moment instantly became one of the warmest stories of the week. Carlos was seen cheering for his younger brother Jaime Alcaraz, who made his debut in the under-16 event at the Mutua Madrid Open. While many eyes were focused on the main draw, another story was unfolding on a smaller court. Jaime stepped onto court 7 carrying a famous last name, but he did not look nervous. He looked ready. Against fellow Spaniard Pol Mostabuena, the 14-year-old played with confidence, calmness, and surprising maturity. The result told the story. Jaime won 6-3, 6-3 and booked his place in the next round. That scoreline matters because it showed control, not chaos. Young players often swing wildly in debut moments. Jaime did the opposite. He stayed composed, picked smart shots, and handled the occasion well. That is the kind of detail scouts notice early. Winning is nice, but managing pressure is even more important. For a teenager making his first appearance in front of growing attention, Jaime looked completely at home on court. Carlos was not the only recognizable face there either. Flavio Cobali was also in the crowd supporting Jaime. That says a lot about the relationships around the Alcaraz family. Cobali and Carlos have trained together before, and there is clearly real friendship there. Moments like this reveal the human side of tennis. Behind rankings, trophies, and headlines, there are friendships, shared practice sessions, and families supporting each other. It also tells you something else. People close to Carlos wanted to be there because they knew this debut mattered. Then came another detail fans quickly noticed. Jaime walked onto court wearing the Nike Vapor 12 Carlos Alcaraz shoes, the signature model linked to his older brother. It was symbolic without needing words. Jaime was not trying to copy Carlos completely, but he was proudly carrying a family connection into a special day. Those small moments matter in sports. Shoes, routines, habits, and rituals often carry emotion. For Jaime, stepping onto court in those shoes may have felt like carrying confidence, inspiration, and a reminder that greatness can begin close to home. If this was the first time viewers heard Jaime's name, it likely will not be the last. He has already been building momentum on the junior circuit. Last year in Barcelona, he made a strong run to the semifinals and started drawing attention. Later in the year, he won a junior Rafael Nadal event, which naturally raised even more eyebrows. Then came another impressive performance in Murcia, where he reached the final of a 15 and under competition and looked sharp throughout the tournament. One result especially stood out. In the final stages of that Murcia event, Jaime faced Rodrigo Burgos Casares in what many expected to be a close contest. Instead, Jaime dominated from the start and won 6-1, 6-2. Those are not ordinary numbers in a pressure match. That kind of scoreline suggests clear control and confidence. For a young player, learning how to finish matches strongly is a huge skill. Plenty of juniors can hit flashy shots. Far fewer know how to manage momentum and close the door. Still, this is where the story becomes complicated. Being talented at 14 is exciting, but it can also be heavy. Jaime is not just another promising junior. He is Carlos Alcaraz's younger brother. That means every result gets extra attention. Every win creates hype. Every loss creates questions. Every shot gets compared. That pressure can become exhausting if not handled correctly. The biggest challenge for Jaime may not be forehands or fitness. It may be protecting his own identity while the tennis world watches closely. Carlos seems to understand that better than anyone. Last year, after watching Jaime in Barcelona, he gave a playful but revealing reaction. He said he was surprised by Jaime's level and joked that his brother uses too many drop shots. Anyone who watches Carlos knows how funny that comment is, because Carlos himself loves using touch and variety. But beneath the joke was genuine admiration. Carlos clearly sees progress. He knows Jaime is improving, and he also knows development takes time. That family dynamic could become one of Jaime's greatest advantages. Having a brother who has already experienced fame, pressure, travel, criticism, and expectation is rare. Carlos can offer advice no coach or commentator can fully provide. He knows what it feels like when the spotlight suddenly arrives. He knows what happens when one bad week becomes a global headline. If Jaime listens carefully, he can learn lessons years earlier than most players do. That knowledge may be as valuable as any technical training. Meanwhile, Carlos now faces his own challenge. Recovering in time for Wimbledon has become the new target. Grass season is unique, and preparation matters. Missing matches on clay means less rhythm, fewer reps, and less competitive sharpness. A wrist issue can also be tricky because timing and confidence are everything in tennis. Even if pain fades, trusting the shot again can take time. That is why fans will watch every update closely over the next few weeks. Yet there was something encouraging about seeing Carlos smiling in Madrid instead of hiding frustration. Injuries can isolate athletes. They miss competition, routines, and the energy of crowds. By showing up for Jaime, Carlos reminded everyone that tennis careers are bigger than one tournament. Supporting family, staying connected, and keeping perspective can matter just as much as rehab sessions. Sometimes the healthiest thing an athlete can do is step outside their own disappointment and celebrate someone else's moment. And maybe that is why this story resonated so strongly. Carlos Alcaraz may have lost his Madrid campaign before it began, but the Alcaraz name still had a winning day at Caja Magica. Jaime earned attention with his performance, Carlos earned respect with his presence, and fans got a glimpse of what the future might hold. So now the question is simple. Can Jaime build his own path while Carlos returns stronger than ever? Let me know what you think in the comments.